It's Monday. Y'all know what that means. Market Monday here on the channel. We go through all the best ways to make subs in MLB The Show 22 right now and talk about all the content upcoming because we have a ton this week between a brand new 30-team featured program and a new legend and flashback collection. There is a ton to talk about. Let's hop into it. First off out the gate, looking at the market here real quick. A lot of the marketplace is up. Live series we have down, but we're seeing a lot of these cards start to creep up here and there as people are beginning to buy them for our legend and flashback collection that is coming on Friday. Presumably, we don't have 100% confirmation of it, but it does seem that way, definitely. There's a lot of people coming in, picking up some of the cards that we need. Personally, myself, you can see my completed orders. I've been going through, buying a ton of the cards I don't have right now, making sure I'm locked and loaded. I'm ready to go. I will be having a video coming out tomorrow on Tuesday going over how many cards I think you're going to need in each collection category to be prepared for Friday's legend flashback collection. So definitely be on the lookout for that. One big drop we do have though is with our all-star cards here. We can see our rare round guys, Manoah and Stan, both under 50,000 stubs right now. Same if we take a look at our home run derby guys, Soto and Julio Rodriguez are under 90,000 stubs right now, closing it even down to 85,000 stubs. So these are definitely pretty low right now. If there's one area to pick some up, I would be picking these cards up and getting you a little bit closer to Jackie. Some of the normal all-star cards are pretty expensive right now, but we can see these home run derby and all-star game cards jump up quite a bit come Friday as people are going out and buying them to complete that Jackie Robinson collection. So keep that in mind. If you don't have Jackie yet, I recommend at least picking up these. If you want to hold off and wait on the 2022 all-star guys, a lot of these are pretty inexpensive, but some of our more expensive ones are Edwin Diaz or Paul Blackburn. I would presume that we're going to get some all-star game packs in the next program from this team affinity program, and that'll help drive down some of those prices. Again though, in the rest of the market, we are seeing increases, and personally I would be trying to go out and get some cards that are unobtainable right now. For example, all of our 90-point battle royale rewards, you can't get those anymore. We haven't gotten that 90-point rewind pack. So for example, someone like this Mike Napoli right here, a second half card type, a tough collection to complete. He's currently 185,000 stubs. I don't see that going down. He's actually trending back up in price. He had been closing in closer to around 200,000 stubs. On Friday, people are going to need second half cards. You can't obtain this Mike Napoli. There's a limited amount in the market, so his price is going to go up. So be targeting some of those guys. Find some of those unattainable cards. Try to pick them up before Friday if you're needing some collection progress to ensure that you don't get caught with those cards going in an insane price and you can't get that collection done. Also, if you've been going through and you invested in these gold BR cards, a little bit with the bronzes and silvers, but we didn't see a whole lot of drop on the bronze and silver battle royale cards with the most recent program. I talked about it in last Market Monday. Y'all were able to get in on these gold BR cards. They are moving back up really nicely. We can see at the floor right around 2,500 stubs here for a guy like Kevin Youkilis, where right now he's selling 77.83, closing in back up to 8,000 stubs a piece. Especially with the collection announcement, people are coming through picking up all these random legends and flashbacks they don't have. Another example would be a guy here like Yerman Mercedes from the White Sox. If we come out here, we take a look at his card, similar story here, 73.50 on the buy now. At that low point, right around that 25 to 2,700 mark. So if you bought in then, you are in a spot now where you can sell back for 7,500 stubs. You're making a really solid profit there. So if you're wondering a good time to sell those back, if you watched last week's Market Monday, you got it on that. Definitely recommend. I would go ahead and go through and sell them now. Close to 8,000 subs a piece. You can capitalize on that profit, lock that in, and go through and buy some of those other cards we were talking about that may become a little bit unobtainable and expensive Friday before those prices go up even more. Now, looking at the silvers and bronzes, again, not as drastic a move at all, but a guy like Moncada right here, we're on the White Sox, so it's easy to look at on 4,300. They are working their way back up for these silvers to that max price of 5,000. Got in at 1,200. You're selling right now for 43. That's still a nice profit. I'd probably go ahead and cash out there as well. Get liquid. Be sure you're prepared come Friday with that collection coming. Now, in terms of content this week, on Tuesday, we are getting headliners and more XP. Like 3 Prime Series players for XP back to old school feature program. That is likely going to be the bottom point for the bosses, the Billy Wagner, the Lou, the Chipper Jones. I'm assuming that's going to be the bottom point on Tuesday. They're going to start creeping up from that point as people are no longer acquiring those cards and people picking them up for collections as well. So you need those bosses. Probably a good time to look at picking those up relatively soon. Then on the 15th, we are getting Roberto Clemente Day, which I was surprised to see this, but I am so here for this. Celebrate the 50th anniversary of final season. Play moments and missions to earn a retro finest Roberto Clemente. That card is going to be insane. I mean, his milestone card is already pretty sick. This retro finest is going to have to be better than that. Also love seeing a player get 299s. Opens up the door for a lot of sick content as we get to the later end of the game cycle. Now, in terms of stubs there, could we maybe see an exchange with Pirates players? Certainly likely. Hard to tell how much of a market impact that would make, but if you got some stubs lying around, go through, maybe pick up a couple quick sell Pirates players, some golds, low diamonds, things of that nature. I don't see too much happening there. I think Clemente's main value is going to be, one, as a sick card, and two, as a collection piece for Friday's collection. But if you want to try to capitalize, maybe people aren't expecting it as much, it is possible that we do see some market movement there. Then finally, the next featured program with question mark bosses. We know now that that is going to be 30 bosses, and we had the very first division revealed as well. I'll throw that up on the screen right now. You can see the AL East rewards for the Legend of the Franchise featured program. Personally, for me, I am so hyped for that Jorge Posada. I love his cards. Excited to get that. That is going to add a wrinkle to Friday's collection. And my assumption is that these will be in the same collection category as our current Face of the Franchise cards. And that is just going to simply expand to 60 cards versus the 30 that we have now. That's what I'm predicting. And so that is going to make it tough to do that collection come Friday. Probably going to be the voucher that you're going to want to be skipping at that point. Now, in addition to that, with this program coming out, presents a great opportunity to come in and make a ton of subs. If you can come in and sell these cards, obtain them super quickly, you can make hundreds of thousands of stubs per card on these, especially day one. If people are needing these to complete vouchers, they're wanting to do a collection, fill out their squad, these cards are going to be extremely expensive. So if you're available on Friday, load up, start grinding out that program ASAP and get those. One of the best ways to do it is with the March to October method. We'll back out a DD right here. Come in here, March to October. You can see I have some save files here. I need to go through and delete these and start some new ones. But as you notice, all of these are right around the All-Star break right here. And you can get 17,000 XP per time you get to the All-Star break when you're playing on All-Star difficulty here in March to October. So you can have up to 5 March to October saves at once. So what you want to do is you want to start these. You want to get very close to the All-Star break without fully getting there, because once you reach the All-Star break, that is when that XP gets triggered and you get that 17,500. So if you have 5 loaded up and ready to go, right at the All-Star break, the new program drops. You come in, you do one of those little moments, missions, games. You get to the All-Star break, you get your 17,500 XP. You do that 5 times, gives you a nice little quick start as well. If you haven't collected your extreme bosses yet, do not collect those. Don't come in here. These collections, the Kerrywood, the Chapman, the Canoe, the Donaldson, you get 30,000 stubs a piece on those, but they can only be collected once, not just in each program, one time all together. So if you've collected them in the previous program, you can't collect them again. So if you haven't yet, definitely be sure to not collect those. Other than that, we're going to be knocking out the moments, the player XP missions, Conquest Showdown, everything that's going to drop with it. We're going to try to get to that program as quickly as possible and be looking to sell those rewards, because by the end of the program, these cards are going to be much more inexpensive. You may sell them for 100,000, 200,000 subs a piece day one and turn around and pick them up a week later for 50 to 60,000, probably down to quick sell towards the end of the program at some point in time. Now, finally, we got more content coming Friday as well. Roster upgrades and downgrades that will have buy, hold, sell dropping on Wednesday this week. So be on the lookout for that. And I did come out with a roster update video last week too. So be sure to check that out if you need some roster update investments. Then we have our Home Run Derby X Legends. So are we going to be getting more of those? We don't really know what that's going to come with. Probably going to be a conquest map and maybe some XP methods for the program, and maybe we get some more juiced up versions of those Home Run Derby X cards that we've gotten. And then of course, are you collecting legends and flashbacks? Now that doesn't 100% say we're getting the collection on Friday, but that's the assumption that I'm working off of, and that's really the vibe I get from everyone I've chatted with. So we will have a video again coming out tomorrow going over how many cards I think you're going to need in each card type. to make sure you are as prepared as you can be for Friday. So that's what I got for today. A massive content week, one of the bigger content weeks we've had in some time, and I am so stoked for it. Love these 30-player featured programs in this phase of the franchise with Legends featured programs. We've only seen one division so far, but looks to be some possibly solid cards coming our way. Super stoked for that. As always, y'all got any questions, be sure to hit me up down in the comment section below. And if y'all enjoyed the video, definitely be sure to leave a like on the video right now and subscribe to the channel. Ton of content coming out this week, going over all the content we're going over. We're gonna have debuts with the players. If we need to come back and talk about any stub making methods, you know we're gonna do that. As always though, until next time, I'll catch y'all around.